buddies, we're back talking some more Boba Fett on the channel with episode 2 just dropping on Disney+. Last week's opening episode of the Book of Boba Fett was fine. It wasn't mind-blowing or anything, but I still thought it was solid overall. It primarily did focus a lot on flashbacks, giving us insight, filling in the gaps on stuff that we've seen in Boba's backstory but not seen on screen. However, even if the main story wasn't touched upon too much in the first episode, it did leave me intrigued to see where we're going to go with Boba Fett and Fennec Shand for the rest of the series. Right off the bat, one of the things I was very happy to see was the episode was a lot longer this time around. Last week I was a little bit worried that the episode was so short because it was only 38 minutes. This time around it's 52 minutes, thankfully. All around, I do think this is a much stronger episode than the first episode that we had last week. With all of that additional runtime, they are able to flesh out so many more interesting details about Boba Fett's backstory, while also getting glimpses of some of the stuff in the main story. That's something that I'm kind of not a big fan of, that we don't get a lot of the main story in these first two episodes. Just like in that first episode, I think that Fennec and Boba Fett just work so well together. They conduct business. Fennec actually sends that man right to the Rancor pit, which kind of took me by surprise at first, because I think that everyone realized, if you're a Star Wars fan, there isn't a Rancor down there anymore after Return of the Jedi, and it was just a fun scare tactic. The humor in this show, especially in this episode, is a lot more surprising than I expected. I didn't expect it to be as funny as it was. There's a couple other moments later on that are a lot funnier. I admire the fact that Boba Fett wants to rule this area with respect, unlike Jabba the Hutt, but I don't know how long that's really going to be able to be a thing, because there's so many different adversaries popping up. You have the mayor at the beginning of the episode, then you have the big surprise, the two Jabbas show up to stake claim in the land. I never anticipated more Jabbas on screen, but that was pretty cool to see after so long. But the other thing, if you're a fan of the comic books and just extended media in general, was that appearance of the bounty hunter Black Chrysanthemum, who we've seen in the Dr. Aphra comics. That character is really awesome. Definitely look them up if you don't know who that is from the extended canon stuff. All of that stuff gets me really excited as a Star Wars fan. We have this good old-fashioned Western style showdown out here. Just the possibilities are endless. It makes me excited to get back to those things, but for the rest of the episode, it's flashbacks. Now I know from here on out, once Boba Fett goes into that Bacta tank, it is flashbacks from here on out. I guess he can't be out of that tank for all that long. Maybe that's what the show is trying to tell us. But I'm not saying the flashbacks in this episode are bad. I actually think they're a lot better and they're much more interesting. This week's flashbacks, I think, do a great job showing Boba's backstory with the Tusken Raiders and kind of showcasing his potential as a leader while he learns things from them, and also they teach him things along the way as well. But just to me personally, I feel like the flashbacks themselves are kind of just structured weirdly when it comes to the story and how we're going to tell everything, because I like the stuff that we get in the beginning of the episode, but I wasn't expecting the entire rest of the episode to be about Boba Fett and the Tusken Raiders taking on what I believe was the Pike Syndicate. I'm not really entirely sure, but that's what it looked like to me. Although most of the story is played straight between Boba Fett and the Tusken Raiders, there is some great comedy here. Surprisingly, there's a lot of comedy in this episode I was not expecting, but Boba Fett's actually pretty funny. Who would have thought it would be so funny seeing him try to teach these Tusken Raiders how to ride these speeder bikes, and the crazy stuff we have with the lizard going up his nose, and then he has these amazing hallucinations at the end of the episode. Not what I was expecting. So far, one of the biggest strong points in Boba Fett so far in these first two episodes is those action segments. I think those are just really exciting all around, even if I'm not a big fan of some of the flashbacks elements. The show is doing a good job so far showcasing Boba Fett as this badass brawler beating up everybody he wants to. But it's that train fight that makes the episode so great. It's such an epic train fight. It's so well done. The stunts and all just the action involved. There's so many things juggled around in this action set piece, and it's just really intense. It went on for quite a while too, seeing the teamwork between all the different Tusken Raiders and Boba Fett to stop all the people on the train. Easily so far one of my favorite moments of the more recent stuff we've seen from Star Wars and Disney. I am hoping with how we ended the episode, with Boba Fett kind of having the full-on transformation, getting the new attire and his weapon, we will kind of stray away from the flashbacks a little bit as the episodes go on, because I really want to see what we're going to do with all the stuff in the main storyline with him trying to take over. Now he's going to take on two Jabbas. You have Black Chrysanthemum now. I think that's You have Black Chrysanthemum now. I think that's going to be something I'm very looking forward to. Hopefully we get in the Book of Boba Fett a Black Chrysanthemum versus Boba Fett battle. These great bounty hunters. I mean, that's something that you want as a Star Wars fan, I feel. But I'm excited to see where we go with these next few episodes. I actually think this is a much better episode all around and has me really excited for episode 3. So make sure you share your thoughts down below. What did you think of episode 2 of the Book of Boba Fett? Did you like the episode? Not like the episode? What did you think of the big surprise in this week's episode? And share any thoughts or theories you may have and what you think we're going to see in next week's episode, because that's part of the fun, having that conversation with you guys in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for sharing my reviews, though. I appreciate it. Make sure you like the video, also subscribe to the channel to update movie reactions, unboxings, and more. But next time, I'll see you guys later.